Hey, Michael Church, Crawl Space Ninja. I'm here with Chris Jackson from Raleigh, North Carolina. And today we're going to talk about, we got a great Ask a Ninja on our blog that we write, our articles that we post every week, and they want to know what to do if I've got a potential spring in my crawl space. Stay tuned. So if you're new to Crawl Space Ninja, we talk about everything related to crawl space waterproofing, how to address springs in your crawl space, encapsulation. We hope you'll subscribe to our channel, ring that notifications bell, and also follow us on Facebook. All right, Chris, have you had the opportunity yet to come across a very wet crawl space with a potential spring?
Just about. It seemed like we went into one that was completely flooded, probably 6-8 inches of water throughout the whole crawl space.
If you don't mind, I'll read this real quick. We have installed a French drain around the outside of our newly built home, hoping that would stop water from coming into the crawl space. No luck. Every time it rains, water pools up in one section of the home. Someone told us that we may have an underground spring. Would an interior French drain help?
Absolutely. The first part is, I think doing an exterior French drain can always be beneficial in helping to alleviate some of that water coming in.
That's right.
You can't go wrong putting some downspout extensions in, which we do, to get as much of that water as we can away from the crawl space. Now, the second thing, it is not 100% foolproof on stopping water from coming in, especially if you've got a underground spring. So what we do is put our interior French drain around the entire perimeter, right, and we've got to get a sump pump in there and get that water out. We can't stop 100% of that water coming in, but with that hydrostatic pressure as it comes against the foundation and goes underneath the foundation, and possibly that spring, is whatever water is getting in there, we've got to get out.
That's right. And I did a video with Andrew in Wilmington, and they deal with a lot different scenarios being on the coast out there. And they talked about a grid system that you can put inside it. You're talking about an interior French drain around the exterior foundation wall, but if you've got maybe a spring in the middle, you could put in a grid system in the center of the crawl space. And I'll put a link to that interview that I did with Andrew down below so you all can check that out. Basically, there's a lot of different ways you can handle standing water in the crawl space. And sometimes you may need multiple sump pumps.
Absolutely.
Right?
If you've got a big crawl space, you know, we recommend getting a sump pump every 140 linear feet.
One of the things, and I believe if I read her question correctly, they're building this house.
Oh, gotcha.
So normally whenever you hire a contractor to build a house, they'll paint some kind of tar on the outside of the foundation and then have a footer drain that leads away. That tar eventually will crack, and then it just allows the water to go right in. There's a lot of better products out there than just spraying tar on. There's some rubberized products, vapor barrier, obviously, things like that. So even though you've just built a house, obviously you can have water intrusion problems.
Absolutely.
What's one of the things that we do with the French drain and the sump pump that it seems like no one else does?
Once we get that French drain and that sump pump started, the other aspect of that is that humidity that water's bringing into your crawl space. Right. And we all know above 60% humidity, that's where bacteria, fungal growth, and mold grow the worst. And so we want to get that controlled. So our solution ends up where we encapsulate and put a dehumidifier in and just solve the issues completely.
The standing water can create high humidity, which leads to mold and fungal growth, and the vapor barrier is part of both systems.
Absolutely.
The addressing of the standing water as well as the high humidity. So Chris and I have done how many videos? Is this our third or fourth video we've done?
It's several.
I'll put links to those down below. I got to come out to Raleigh and do some videos with you and your crew. And then we talked about, we were hanging out in your warehouse and did a couple videos. So anyway, appreciate you joining us here in Knoxville for this training that we're doing. And I'm Michael Church with Chris Jackson from Raleigh, North Carolina, Crawl Space Ninja. We hope you make it a happy and blessed day. If you got a question for us, we hope you'll post it down below, and we'll see you later.